Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm Kay. This is Kay and Other Letters. Today I thought we could go through the two different types of reading journals slash bullet journals that I plan to keep. One of them is specifically content reading tracking, and then the other one is my overall kind of yearly tracker that I'm just going to be tracking my reading in. And I thought it could be interesting to show you guys how I pay attention to that stuff. Okay, so let's go ahead and get right into it. We're gonna start out with my bullet journal because that one is more interesting and prettier, and I take much more pride in this one. This is a new Ultra and Olive bullet journal that I got. It is the square dot grid. I think it's 8x8, but I'm just gonna flip through it and show you exactly how I'm gonna be tracking my reading in this. So let's go ahead and get started. I did just put my name in this. It doesn't say anything to do with reading on this because I will be tracking more than just reading in this journal. But yeah, so the first two pages are going to be my word of the year as well as just a little hello. I feel like saying hello to the year is a great way to start the year. So that's going to be the second page. But I have this really bad habit of always looking at the right page of a book or journal or notebook when I open it first. And so this is the first page that I see. I thought that it was really cool to just say hi. 2024. This is going to be the year. This is not super relevant to my reading, but my word of the year is serenity. I am hoping to bring serenity into my life this year. And honestly, I would like to have a serene reading year as well. So I feel like this word can pertain to the reading that I hope to accomplish. So the definition of serenity is listed right here, that being the state of being calm, peaceful, and untroubled. I would love to go through my entire year, reading included, in the calmest and most peaceful way possible. I don't want to be troubled by anything. I don't want to stress as much as I normally do, and so I thought that this would be a good word to pick. I haven't filled in my why. We're going to ignore that, okay? So the next page or spread is actually going to be my book bracket. I have seen this countless times in people's reading journals, and I really wanted to do it this year. I've seen a lot of people just filling it in like as they go, like January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. I don't want to do that. I'm thinking that instead I'm going to leave it blank for the entire year. And then like every month I'll pick a favorite book and I'm going to write that down on a scrap of paper. And then at the end of the year, I'll be making a video that's going to be, I'll sort of like pull one out and that'll go in the first slot, and then pull one out and that'll go in the second spot. That way, because I just don't want to go into like March knowing which book is going to make it to the next slot. I don't think that's going to be nearly as fun, and so it's going to be a surprise to me which books are being pitted against each other, just like it will be for you guys when I do that video at the end of the year. And then we'll get to accomplish what my favorite book of the year is at the end of it. So this spread, very exciting. Also, clearly you can tell I am not a professional bullet journaler. I don't do stuff like this very often. I am not sure if you can see, but there's like there you go. If I hold it like this, the light in the room kind of catches the correction tape that I used, and you can see the correction tape that I have had to use to hide the mistakes that I've made. I've also wrinkled the pages a few times because all of my spreads were drawn out with pencil first before I traced them over with pen and marker, and then I erased the pencil marks, and so I did wrinkle the pages a few times. Sorry for that. The next spread is going to be the bookshelfie. I have marked this with a with one of the little tags, the one with the little Ultra and Olive logo on it. I think it's super cute. And this spread will honestly be the spread that I flip to the most in my bullet journal, and so I thought it was a good idea to have that flagged off for me. I have completed a few books this year, but we're not going to talk about them. So the next spread is going to be my 24 24s in 2024. So that's 24 things that I want to do 24 times in the year of 2024. Not super relevant to reading. There is new genres is one of the things that I want to do. As you know, one of my reading goals is to read 2 books in every genre. I still don't know if that's feasible, but hopefully I can get to at least 24 new genres. That would be really cool, and it's a good way to track and see if that's something that I'm in the realm of achieving. Outside of new genres, I have reading days on here. I'd like to have 24 days where I just spend the entire day reading. I don't focus on chores, I don't focus on any other kinds of things in my life, and I just spend the entire day curled up with some books and maybe some tea. Yeah, so that's on there. And then I don't think that there are any other reading related activities on here. Nope, that's it. And so this page is just, I have one section for each of these 24 things with 24 spots, and I can write down the date every time that I've accomplished it. And then every time I have accomplished one of the 24s, I will put in a little dot and it'll go all the way up to 24, hopefully. Again, I wrinkled the page, not a big deal. And this just continues, so the next few pages are just the same of that. So I'm actually going to skip right along. Okay, so the next spread is going to be things to check out. That's just, it's exactly what it says. It's the things that I would like to check out, that I draw interest in. I have a really bad habit of taking pictures of things on my phone and being like, oh yeah, I'll have this picture so that I can go back to it, and then yay, I'll read it, or I'll look at that, watch that TV show, or I'll watch that movie, or I'll check out that online shop. And then I never do, because I'm going to be honest with you, I do not look at the pictures on my phone ever. And so this spread hopefully will allow me to do that more. So I'm going to be tracking shops that people recommend. That can be like physical shops, or it could be like Etsy shops and that kind of thing. But so shops in general, and then we have books. I made that spot the biggest because, let's be real here, books are things that are recommended to me a lot, and if I don't go and buy them right away, that means I will forget about them and I probably will not read them ever. And so hopefully if I write down those titles, that will give me a chance to remember and go back to those if I would like to. Outside of books, I have TV shows, movies, and YouTubers. I'm going to write down the name of it and hopefully go ahead and check that out at some point. So moving right along, the next spread is basically monthly tasks, weekly tasks, fortnightly tasks. So every 2 weeks, and just, hey, these are things that I want to get done every single week, or every 2 weeks, or every month. So let's do it. And so hopefully at the end of the year, I can see what I need to work on, what I'm really good at accomplishing, that sort of thing. I am recording this. I think technically it's the 15th, but I am behind, in filling this out, but also in doing things for the week. Like, I do have plans to clean my bathroom today and to clean my kitchen today. I will still count it as the second week of the year, just because we had an unexpected complication and Dylan had emergency surgery, and so I'm giving myself some grace and going to count completing them this week if I complete them today. And so we'll get to that. And so hopefully I can just get that out of the way. And yeah, that is actually why I missed filming and posting for this week. Or for last week, technically. But yes, so I posted on the 1st, and then I was planning to post again on the 8th, and he actually had his emergency surgery on the 8th, and so I did not post. Anyways, following that is going to be, the spread is my financial pages. So at the top, I'm tracking my income, my spending, my savings, and then underneath it, it's bills and the dates that they are due, and then if I paid them. And then right here, this is going to be my no spend challenge. I have a spending problem in my life, so I'm trying to spend less money throughout this year. And to do that, I have come up with a no spend challenge, and I'm just basically going to set a list of rules for myself that I have created. I haven't put the details of it in here just yet. I'm going to put those rules here. I will say that the no spend challenge is relevant just because I do want to limit the amount of money that I am spending on books this year. And so there will be a rule about purchasing books on this list of rules. And then if I break any of the rules, this will get a black circle like the task pages. And if I do not break a rule, then it'll get a gray circle. again, like the task pages. And then up here, unrelated to finances, is going to be the future me problems. That's just a list of things that I don't want to deal with that I will be assigning to my future self to care about. The next two spreads are entirely book/channel related. First, I have my series tracker. This is going to be how I track the book series that I have read. I do plan to reread some series that I have already read. I have plans to start reading books that I've said I'm going to read and haven't. Some series that I purchased the first book in the series and did not read it or purchase any of the other books, and so I'd like to give those a go. So this is just going to be how I track to make sure that I read the series this year, and if I'm on track to finish all of the series that I want to finish, start them. If I start any new series, they will be added to this list. This is not going to be an exhaustive list of all of these series that I want to read in 2024. I have not set this up because I don't know exactly what aesthetic I want for this page, and so I have not filled it in yet. I've just made a sticky note with all of the series that I do intentionally want to put on there when I set that spread up entirely. Moving right along, this is going to be my YouTube page. It's tracking my subscribers and my public watch hours, and so I'm just going to be tracking that over the course of the year. I have a Dutch door coming up, and no one tells you the downside of Dutch doors, which is that it pulls up the binding of the page, but besides the point. So on this page, I have my goals page, and this is just going to be the 4 places that I have set goals for myself. I did not put them in because most of my goals are personal and I do not want them to be out for everyone to see. I did share three I think of my YouTube goals, and I shared all 8 of my reading goals. I believe there were 8. I might add another one to that. I'm not quite sure. But my school goals for grad school and my financial and life goals are going to be personal, and so I did not fill this page out just because I knew that I was filming this video again. And then on this page, I have quarterly check-ins, and so every 3 months I'll be checking in to see where I'm at with my goals, if I want to change any of them, if I think that some of them are not going to be attainable, that sort of thing. I'll just put my thoughts on that over here. The next spread is going to be my year in pictures, and so basically it's going to be one photo for every month of the year, just laid out on this spread in the spaces denoted above and below the little boards that I set up. Okay, so the next spread is going to be 101 things in 2024. This is just a list of 101 things that I would like to accomplish this year. Some of them are like no-brainers. I actually got this idea from, oh my gosh, what is her name? I think her channel name is Joshi Corin. I'll put it in the description down below. She has a bullet journal channel that I actually love watching. And so I used to watch her before I had a bullet journal. This is the first one I've ever made. And so this is something that she does every year. And it's just some of the things might not happen. Some of the things will definitely happen no matter what. One example being like number 25 is celebrate my 25th birthday. Well, I'm doing that. So there you go. I think like number 22 is celebrate Dylan's 22nd birthday. Super easy. I do want to get a library card for my town, and so that's on here. There's a few things. I want to get a standing desk. Dill's going to be taking my current desk, which is where we are right now, and I'm going to be getting a standing desk to put in my office just because I work from home and I spend a lot of time in my desk chair, and I'd like to spend some time on my feet. Let's see, are there any reading ones that are on here? Oh, see, I want to do a 24-hour readathon again. I did one last year. I filmed it. I hated it. I didn't post it. So here's me. I want to do that again. I put it on here. Hopefully I get it done. If I don't, then I mean I don't. It's not the end of the world. It just doesn't get checked off, and then I'm a failure. I'm just kidding. Number 23 is to successfully complete half of the book club books for my work book club. I started a book club with my coworkers. They probably hate me. All of my coworkers are mothers and have at least 2 kids each, and there's only 4 of us, so I do feel bad about that because I read all the time. Me reading a book, not a big deal. It's only 1 book a month, but still, me reading a book is a piece of cake. Them reading a book while also raising little baby children, not the easiest thing in the world. So that's on there, and I guess setting myself up to only read 6 of the 12 books we read is Not necessarily anything special. In fact, they would probably be disappointed to hear me say that because it was my idea right here. Outside of that, let me see. I want to buy a camera this year at some point. That is on here. Right now I film on my iPhone. And I mean, iPhones have 4K, so it's not a big deal, but it could be cool to have a designated actual camera. Outside of that, I want to set up a designated filming space. Let's see, are there any other ones? This is not completed, and it's not completed because as you go through the year, you'll think of something that you really want to do. Bam, you put it on this list, and then you can accomplish it. I did not set out to not fill it out in its entirety. I was filling it out, and I was only able to get to 65. I guess not actually 65 because there's 4 over here, but you know what I mean. I should put one on here for reading 80 books because that's my yearly goal. And then maybe I could put like a stretch one on here to like read 100 books or something like that. I'm not sure. But I've got the space to add things if I would like to. Read 3 new genres. As I said, I want to read 24, so I kind of just gave myself a freebie with that one. But as of right now, I've only read romance books this year, so honestly, who's to say I'll even read 3 genres? That might be a goal that I just do not meet. Who knows? Let's see. Outside of that, I have number 53 is to go to the Barnes and Noble in New York. I've been to it before, and one of my best friends just moved to New York City, and so she works about 3 blocks away from the Barnes and Noble that's over there, and so who's to say? I'm supposed to go and visit her this month, actually, so I could be going sooner than I think. I'm not really sure. And then lastly, I have the January page set up. I did not set up the rest of the months. I'm hoping to get that done this month, but maybe not. As long as I get it done before the end of that month, it does not matter. But basically, at the end of the month, I'm going to be having a review page, which basically I have a goals check-in. Let's see, outside of my reading parts, I have my milestones. So if I hit any milestones in my life, I have my relationship meeting / end of month review. So once a month, Dylan and I are going to have little meetings that we basically check in on our relationship, how we can support each other, what we think we need to work on, anything we can improve our lives with, anything that maybe we need to stop doing, that sort of thing. So this will just be notes on those meetings and any other outside of goal check-in reviews for the month. Now, getting into the main reason why I even have these monthly setups, it's going to be because I am going to be tracking my books completely on paper. I do still have a Goodreads where I'll be tracking the books that I've read, and I'll have a list. I'll be updating my reading challenge, that sort of thing, but this will have the list of books that I read. I know I have the bookshelfy spread, so that's kind of repetitive, but it is what it is. Outside of that, I'll keep track of how many audiobooks I read, how many ebooks I read, and how many physical books I read. If I read any authors from, or what I read that were female and male or non-binary authors, how many from each of those genders, and then what genres I picked up. It would be a little upsetting if this was just romance all 12 months, but I mean, anything can happen. I did actually decide recently, and by recently I mean today on the 15th, that I would also like to track race of author because I'm trying to be more diverse in my reading. I figured that out today, and I set this tracker up on I think like the 2nd or 3rd, and so I can't add it on this month, but it will be on February, and I will be keeping track of it, and I think I'll just put it in like my end of month review in the corner or something so that I have that information. But yeah, so that's going to be my bullet journal. I'm very proud of it, considering it is the first time I've set one up, and it was not easy. The next one is going to be this stalogy notebook. It is like the year notebook that they have. So at the top it has like the months and the date. But I've had this for about a year now. I tried to use it as a reading journal last year for like all of my reading, and so it has like nonfiction and fiction books in it, except I don't take notes on fiction books really, so then it just doesn't have anything, and It doesn't really cover much of the books that I read because I mainly read fiction and I don't take notes on those. And so I decided to switch it up this year, and instead it's going to be my sorry, I'm going to be using that when I start working in it. But it's going to be my like content specific reading journal, if that makes sense. I'll also track the books and ratings. Oh, I forgot a line. The books and ratings for 2024 on this page, but then going inside of it, I'm already planning a video for Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, and so I've been taking notes on it, and these are just the notes of things that I want to talk about in the video. And so I'll be doing that, and then on top of doing that for any videos, I will also be taking notes for nonfiction books that I read in this. And so the plan is to have this until it's filled out. Who cares how many years it takes? I certainly don't. And then this, it is currently housing reading stuff, but also non-reading stuff. And so I plan to have this one for also as long as it takes to fill out. I am a big notebook collector, but I'm trying to stop that. And so I will have these until they are full. But yeah, so these are the 2 reading/content journals that I plan to keep this year, and I just wanted to share those with you because I thought it could be nice to show you how you can, maybe not this one, but for this, show you ways that you can track your reading if you want to, and how you can mix that into a standard bullet journal and not do like a full-on reading journal. Yeah, so thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it, and I hope that you enjoyed getting a peek into my tracking system. Have a fantastic rest of the day. Bye. 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 I don't know how to say goodbye on this.